Okay, so in today's video about Quant, at first we are going to do a short-term analysis and see what is happening in the recent move down, and then I'm going to tell you why I believe something is happening in this area, and this is probably an extremely bullish setup. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones, and as you can see, not a whole lot has been happening in Quant. And that, my friends, is exactly the point, because in case that you are living under a rock, in Bitcoin and a lot of altcoins, we had some massive moves on the downside. And for example, let's check out, let's start by Bitcoin. Okay, as you can see in Bitcoin, this is about like, let's say a 10% move on the downside. And in Quant, we haven't really done a whole lot. For example, in Algorand, what is going on? Okay. Excuse me, there we go. As you can see, we have even taken the lowest low down here, about 22.5 cents. What about Ethereum? Let's go on Ethereum's chart. Okay, even in Ethereum, we had a decent move down starting from this point about 2700 to all the way down here about 2400, which means we are having, at least for now, about a 10 to 12% move on the downside. However, in QNT, we are staying very strong, which is, in my opinion, a very important sign, suggesting we are indeed having in this area a bullish setup. Now, if you remember, in the previous video specifically, when we were, I think, somewhere around these areas, I was saying, look, these lows really look juicy, and in case that we get a move down, we shouldn't really be worried at all, because at that point, we are going to say, you know what, overall, this whole move down, starting from this high in here, about 98 bucks, is a correction structure and not an impulse. And after it's over, I'm hoping that we get a move on the upside. So as you can see, we did get a move down, and we have pretty much cleared all the lows in here. But like I told you, I do not believe that this is going to be a bad sign for us, especially considering the recent move down in Bitcoin and QNT not doing a whole lot. And here is a top tip, top secret for you. You see, whenever we are having a very strong move down, doesn't matter in Bitcoin or altcoins or maybe any other asset, it's not really important. Usually at the end of our move down, we are getting some beautiful negative news, and that is going to cause a bit of a liquidation event, and we are going to have our final flush down. Now, after our final move down, we are going to have a bounce back, and in this phase, we are also going to see some negative news coming in, but the price is not really going to pay attention to it. At this point, you can say with quite a bit of confidence that, you know what, we probably have hit the bottom, and even if this isn't, for example, our final bottom, these areas are actually great buy opportunities. And in Quant, the situation is pretty much the same. In Bitcoin, and also I would say across the whole altcoin market, pretty much we got a move down, and you can have many different reasons for the move down. For me personally, I told my special members that the recent move down in Bitcoin was actually caused because of the Walmart numbers, and that caused a move down in the stock market. And also you need to combine that with the PMI numbers being less than 50. So it made perfect sense to say that stock market is going to go down, and most likely Bitcoin is also going to follow. The point that I'm trying to make is this: despite all the negative news, in Quant, we didn't really get a strong move down. That to me suggests, number one, most likely this is indeed our final bottom, and number two, even in case that this isn't our final bottom, these areas are actually beautiful buying opportunities. And for me, when we got this move down right in here, I made an update and I told you that I actually bought quite a bit of QNT. And in case that we're going to do something like this, I promise you, I'm going to say, you know what, I'm just buying more and more in hope that we get a magnificent move on the upside in order to, in this cycle, at least set an all-time high and take the highest high somewhere around $450. But like I said this so many times, I do not believe that we're going to stop there. No, in my opinion, we're going to go quite a bit higher than that. And a $1,000 quant is not really that unrealistic. Now, in like very short term, what do we have in this area? I think we may have 5 wave up into a larger degree, wave 1, followed by that. Now I'm gonna say this whole move down is a correction for wave 2, and after our correction is over, we are going to start a beautiful move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5, and this is a great setup because in terms of Elliott waves, usually wave 3 is going to be quite a big wave. So you can actually argue when we are done with this correction into our wave 2, the next phase up is going to be quite a big one. But here's a very important point. I would like to suggest to just give this move in QNT another 24 to about 48 hours. And in case at that point, you don't really see a whole lot of strong downward price action, you can actually call this point potentially our final bottom for our correction for wave 2 and expect a massive move up. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In QNT, in my opinion, we are in a fantastic place, and relative to Bitcoin and also a lot of other altcoins, we are in a much better place. Also, in terms of supply on exchanges, we have been talking about this a lot. According to Sebastian, a lot of people are buying QNT, and by the way, again, I would highly suggest to just give him a follow. He does make great content about QNT, and he recently, I think, yeah, there we go, tweeted this: supply or exchanges are at all-time low and they are decreasing rapidly. I don't personally know what is happening in here, and maybe some people behind the scenes know something about Quant that we don't know, but overall, I do not care. I believe in the fundamental of this project, and that's why I am a big buyer around the current area. And in case that we go lower, you are going to see me saying I'm just going to buy more and more QNT in hope that we get a massive bull run in the cycle. So overall, nothing to be worried about. We are doing great. And I think we are approaching a very exciting period of time. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Quant's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.